Quarantine was about to begin in Portland. A longtime customer stopped by Bethany McCraw's salon just as she was readying to close for the night. She was exhausted, but needed the money. What could it hurt to do one more haircut before the world shut down, she thought. Halfway through the cut, her customer said anxiously, "I think I might have it." Bethany, a quirky artist who'd worked in high-end fashion around the world, stepped back and listened intently. His mother lived in a COVID-19 hotspot and very recently died of pneumonia. A week later, his uncle died too. At the two funerals, everyone was coughing. The young man had only been back from the funerals for a few days. It was only on that day when he finally felt well enough to leave the house. Bethany's symptoms started 3 days later. Bethany became one of many long COVID patients who never had a positive test after her acute symptoms first set in. Tests weren't available that early in the pandemic in Oregon, and the hospitals were flooded with patients. When she called the emergency room, a nurse told her she didn't sound sick enough to come. "Stay home," she said. "The emergency room is too crowded." Bethany stayed home to navigate shocking symptoms that kept her bedbound: high fevers, seizure-like spasms, dream-like hallucinations, and stomach pains. She hacked so much she felt her throat close and her lungs close in. Her muscles started to intensively spasm, and she had trouble walking. 10 days after the symptoms started, Bethany finally saw a doctor. The doctor's office had received their very first COVID-19 tests that morning, and she was the first person to be tested in their clinic. The man who tested her was holding her hand because she was pleading, "Am I really going to die?" He was in a full hazmat suit and looked at her through his goggles. But the results came a few days later. Negative. Impossible, she thought. For weeks, she collapsed every time she stood up. She lost 30 pounds in the first 20 days of symptoms. Her hair matted and frizzed. She had rashes all over her skin. Her fingers and toes turned blue. Her gums bled. Her teeth broke from grinding. "I know I had it," she said to me. "What else could it be? I've never been so sick in all my life." I nodded, remembering that she was a cancer survivor in her mid-50s.